Hello and welcome back to The Load-In, a United Theater podcast with me, your host, Lee Metzger. Today I'm going to be talking about a very fun and exciting new film series we have coming up, a special holiday film series. We're joined today by two folks from the concessions, the front of house team, probably faces that you'll recognize. So we're going to jump into discussing this brand new film series right after this. It's The Load-In. All right, welcome back to The Load-In with me. I'm not going to introduce myself again. If you're here, you probably know who I am at this point, so welcome back. And I'd like to also extend a welcome to our two friends, Marie Mattano and Misty Blux. Hey.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Today we're going to be talking about a Return to Hogwarts film series. It's a holiday film series every Thursday from the beginning of November through December. Just up top, I want to say the opinions of the author of the Harry Potter series we don't agree with. We think their opinion on gender and sexual orientation is reprehensible, and our opinions do not reflect that. This series is a celebration of the world that was created and the people who enjoy it outside of the author's influence. So tell me, folks, what are we doing?
Well, we're going to be having a big Harry Potter shindig. Yeah, before the first movie starts.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite the party on November 7th, starting around 6:30 to about 7:30. We're going to be having some pretty good photo opportunities. Mm-hmm. There will be a fun potions bar. A little bit of magic.
The conceit with this opening night party is to sort everyone who comes in, everyone who's going to come see these films, sorting them all into their specific houses. And then at the end, we'll have a house cup. Now, how do you win the house cup?
You have to come see the movies.
You got to come see the movies, folks.
Every Thursday.
Come support your house.
Yeah. Get those house points.
That's how you'll win.
And no Chamber of Secrets third act reveal here. This is just hard work coming in and sitting down for 2.5 hours. So at this opening party, you get sorted, and then everyone in your house gets a house specific ticket. It's like a punch card, right? Every time you come in to see a film, you get your punch card punched, and each one of those is a point. And at the end of this 8 film series, those points get totaled, and then the winning house receives some prizes, and then the top 3 points getters, the top 3 point getters, get special prizes.
Ooh.
Now, do we want to talk about the special prizes, or do we want to keep that as a secret?
I think that should be kept on lock and key. Yeah. Make them really work for it.
You got to earn it.
Yeah.
So, talking about Harry Potter, do you guys have a history with Harry Potter at all?
Yeah. Growing up, I read all the books with my dad, went to see the movies with my dad in theaters. We're pretty big Wizarding fans.
Sure.
Not so knowledgeable of all the trivia, but enjoy the Wizarding experience.
I think Harry Potter's pretty cool, pretty neat. I like magic, wizards.
Magic.
Hey, we're big magic heads over here. These books started coming out in 98, I want to say. And then the movies started coming out in 2001, right? And I was 11 in 2001. So this hit for me. I definitely, I was going to summer camp, and they would come out in the summer, and you can sign up to be on a list. And there would be these big boxes full of Harry Potter books. And I remember being at summer camp when the Goblet of Fire came out or whatever. And there was just a mass of kids who just like ran down and like harangued the person who brought these big, 100-pound boxes of books up. And then the following week was just, there was a silence across the camp because everyone was inside reading.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's very cool.
There's some pretty thick books, so I mean, it got kids reading.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you reading all the books as well?
Yeah.
No.
I read all the books. My dad even got me a copy of the first book that came out, I guess, only in England.
Oh.
Yes, that was pretty cool.
The Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. With a different cover and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool.
I'm sure this bit of trivia is well-trod territory, I'm sure, but our American listeners and viewers probably know that the UK version, the original version, was called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Mm-hmm. And then for American audiences, the book was changed to the Sorcerer's Stone, deemed a bit more magical and a little less cerebral, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the first movie, I think, is actually one of my favorites for sure, because I don't remember everything, but I'm pretty sure it was very accurate. A troll in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. What a way to start a series.
Yeah. Literally starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
And Christopher Columbus was the director who did not that.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry. Should I say Chris Columbus? The director of Home Alone. Misty, you shook your head when we were talking about reading the books. Not a book reader?
No, I'm a heavy reader. It was not allowed in my house.
Oh, it was deviant.
Yes. So I would sneak to my neighbor's house and watch the movies. But the books were not allowed.
Because of the occult?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something, it definitely resonated with me a lot as a child, but I wouldn't say I have that kind of connection to it as a lot of people around my age.
Sure.
I definitely enjoyed the first movie the most. It was very whimsical, but it was also like watching it in secret and like very like, oh, don't talk about it kind of vibe for me. So I don't want to say like, oh, I have this totally different experience with it, but it wasn't actively being like, oh, read this, watch this, like my parents giving into it. It was more like, it's magic. Don't watch this.
Kind of forbidden knowledge almost.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to take in, because, as Harry Potter was living in a cupboard under the stairs, so too for him was this knowledge forbidden. So if anything, you might have enjoyed this material on a level that was more in tune with where it was coming from than the rest of us unwashed masses like me and Marie.
Were you waiting for your letter from Hogwarts?
I mean, there were definitely a lot of owls that would fly by from where I used to live.
Cool.
That's the one. Oh, cool. No, it must have. The owl is lost. It must have just flown past my house. Well, I'm very excited for this event. As you said, we've got this opening night party on December 7th at 6:30. We have all sorts of fun crafts and Instagrammable moments. And now, Misty, I know that you came on with some special trivia to share with us and our audience. Is that something that you want to?
Sure. I have a few little tidbits that,
all right, cool.
I wrote. This one, I guess, is a little dark. The only time that Fred and George would have seen each other as old men was in the Goblet of Fire.
So sad.
Jeez, Misty.
Right in the heart.
Harry Potter in the series was said about 18,956 times.
18,000 in the books, or
I believe it's in the book series.
Most of that probably came from Draco Malfoy.
Harry Potter.
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 Just gonna spit on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Dobby's first and last words are Harry Potter.
Ugh.
These are so sad.
I mean, there's probably some millennials out there that's going to be true for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's true for you, make sure you come down to the United and see this, see a Return to Hogwarts film series. Make sure to see all 8 of them and do it for your house. Now, this is the end of the show, and at the end of every show, I check the Apple Podcast reviews to see if anyone left a review. If you go on to Apple Podcasts and write a review, I will read it live on air with our guests. So would you want to stick around and I'll check this out?
Why not?
Let's hear these reviews.
Cool. All right, let's see. And no new reviews. So if you want your review to be read here on the Load-In with Lee Metzger, you can go on to Apple Podcast reviews and write one. Give us as many stars as you think we deserve, and I'll read it aloud here on the show.
Awesome.
Now, Missy and Marie, do you have anything that you'd like to plug?
I mean, it's going to be a BYOW event. Bring your own wand. Represent your house. Now, with sorting, you may in your heart feel that you are a Gryffindor, a Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or a Slytherin. But for the sake of this, there's a chance, you may be sorted into a different house just to make an even playing field. So just know we respect whatever house you may be in. But for the sake of this awesome party and for the prize, be ready to be sorted into any house.
Yeah, be prepared for a weird, magical night.
Mm-hmm.
And be prepared to share all those fun and exciting experiences with us here at the United. Misty and Marie, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having us.
My pleasure. And that's the end of the show. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the United Theater Podcast Network. If you enjoyed this episode, we encourage you to subscribe to our show so you never miss an episode. And if you could take a moment to leave a review, we'd greatly appreciate it. Your feedback helps us create content that you love. So hit that subscribe button and leave us a review, and we'll see you on the next episode.